We dress to protect ourselves. Garments veil and keep our bodies private. Our wardrobe is armor against the elements, a uniform for battle, a robe for ritual. What we choose to wear, the color, the material, exposes our belief and intention. How do we keep our job? How do we travel and not be robbed or raped or stopped at the border? Stitched into our being is the instinct to protect. Woven into our psyche is the obligation to prepare, for anything can happen at any moment. We fly across borders to fall in love, embolden our species, refine and complicate the rituals that protect us from the elements. Welcome to the 18th year of the West 18th Street Fashion Show. The prelude that you just heard was written as well as recited the evening of the show by Heidi Van and Peregrine Honig. Peregrine serves not solely as a participating designer with West 18th Street Fashion Show, but also as the show's senior artistic director. And I did have an amazing opportunity to interview her and speak with her a little bit more in depth about the show.
I would say as an audience member, you come with an open mind and an open heart. Mm-hmm. And I would say as a designer, don't be afraid to take risks, but don't bite off more than you can chew.
That's true.
Because I think those are probably the two things that we look at when we are looking at applications. We look at people who are brave, and we look at people who are also realistic.
Great.
Yeah, and their narrative, like their story, why they are doing what they're doing. Because in the end, fashion is just a story that you tell with your body. Mm-hmm. So if you're not telling an interesting story, we don't want to put you on the front line.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. The theme this year is the summer migration.
Yeah.
Did you pick that, or what was your influence on that?
Well, usually I have to put my ideas before a board, and then everybody has to agree. But this year I was like, nope, this is the theme, right? Mm-hmm. Because I thought I would do summer embargo, mm-hmm. but I kind of tossed it under the universe, and it was a little bit too intense. Mm-hmm. So summer migration got across what I was going for without hitting you over the head with a hammer. Okay. And I was really wanting to have a conversation about why we travel, not just our heritage, but how we are considered in America and why we wear the clothes that we wear, where our clothes come from, those kinds of things. Gotcha. So I think we have a really nice mix of people who are thinking about why they wear the clothes they wear, the conversation they have when they wear those garments, the material that they pick, and also let's talk about where our clothes come from. Like, are we buying a landfill? Like when you buy 3 for $20, like who's going blind? Those sorts of things are important. Mm-hmm. So there are all sorts of ways to be patriotic, and I really am looking forward to how the show opens and how the show closes, because I think it's going to be really poetic.
That audio was Peregrine Honig. In addition to speaking with her, I also had the pleasure of speaking with Amani Skalacki and Jennifer Tierney with their collaboration of Scala Designs and J. Tierney Designs. With the theme being summer migration, the pair wanted to incorporate both lines of their ancestry. One herald from England and the other heralds from France. They wanted to highlight the hopes and dreams of their ancestors' journey over to the United States. In the 50s, and they actually did trace their lineage back as far as they were able, in the 50s, some of their ancestors traveled over to the United States in an ocean liner. So you will see a little bit of that theme with the nice long flowing clothes with the bold colors. But another thing, which is very unique, and you'll see that on the next upcoming model, that their ancestors would sew pockets in the lining of their clothes to go ahead and keep their personal items, effects, and valuables in them. And it's so funny how that was an actual intentional thing, whereas pockets being sewn into dresses and clothes these days is more so for convenience. This model right here, the pants are nothing but pockets, although not necessarily functional ones, still at least highlighting the appearance of such. Later on, you will also see one of the young ladies modeling a corset that has over 1,000 beads handmade. You will see lots of bold, strong, flowing colors representing the strength that each lineage had. As for Jennifer, this is her first time doing an entire fashion collection. Again, all of the pieces are original and 100% handmade. Amani and Jennifer would describe their working relationship as two parallel lines coming together who are mutually inspired by one another, which further continues the desire to collaborate and work alongside one another. Many of the items that you are seeing on the models today were the actual original reveal. Although there was a dress rehearsal, they did not reveal everything that they had up their sleeves. Lastly, in speaking in regards to the West 18th Street family, Jennifer highlighted how it is excellent to receive critique from other designers that is fair and not from a malicious place, and that it is an amazing community. Displayed now is the corset that I spoke of earlier. Finally, once West 18th Street show has concluded, Amani is hoping to continue having her items displayed in the Blue Gallery. She does work with styling for magazine work. And Jennifer will continue with her dance studio. And the pair are hoping to have their work featured in Today magazine. I have to say that it was a pleasure to interview these two, and they are so genuinely kind with warm spirits, and they are so laid back that I honestly mistook them for models when I first approached them. So again, Scala Designs and Tierney Designs. Lastly, I also had the opportunity to interview designers Tiffani Starr and Phoebe with their collaboration Rubbish Co. Everything in their particular design line has been curated goods that are also sustainable. Pieces to reflect the need to recycle, reduce, and bring attention to the fact that there's a lot of waste, especially in the fashion industry. Their aspiration is to help others to rethink the way such as they do, and to bring awareness to their cause. Although they are fairly new in the design game, Phoebe is an established model, and Tiffani is an established photographer, and they collaborated and first met about a year and a half ago. They consider Kansas City to be home, and they want to see Kansas City prosper in regards to conservation as well as sustainability. This particular line, they have actually collected recycled goods and items that help to create material from compost to help create the different aesthetics that the models are wearing for over 6 months. The idea is to, again, impose the need to recycle and conserve on others. But they wouldn't necessarily call themselves designers. They would label themselves as artists that are just making wearable pieces. Tiffani and Phoebe hope to help other consumers to be smart about their purchases, because as Peregrine mentioned, exactly where are our clothes coming from? What are we taking from others when we make our large purchases or our bundled purchases? You can find them in the Crossroads here for First Fridays, as well as their Instagram, rubbish.co. Again, you have Phoebe Starr and Tiffani Rain of Rubbish Company. Overall, the fashion show was absolutely phenomenal. It was incredible to see each designer, their take on the theme of summer migration, and how it is that they took that common theme but put their own creativity and innovation on it. You had lingerie models, you had a swimsuit line, you had, of course, Rubbish Co. with their line of recycled and repurposed items, highlighting sustainability and our need to be mindful of the waste that we create. You have, of course, Peregrine's line with Birdie's Kansas City and their lingerie as well. You also had accessories, co-collaborations with other designers that gave accessories for the models to wear for their particular run. You had special guests, Betsy Johnson, as well as Caleb and Courtney Fangman. Betsy highlighted the swimsuit wear, and Caleb and Courtney had their line Village collection. Marv, as you're seeing here, many of his items incorporated leather and very bold, bright material. And one would think, what was the thought process? I wish I did have an opportunity to speak with all of the designers. However, it was still exhilarating to at least witness the grand finale as it was. To the West 18th Street Fashion Show staff, to the designers, to the directors, to the producers and the coordinating directors, thank you so much for the opportunity to provide you this footage. Thank you so much for the invitation into the fashion world here in Kansas City. The models were amazing, and this community is such a nice, warm one that I hope to be a part of for a good long time to come. Signing off, this has been Diana the Great, and you have witnessed a sneak peek at the West 18th Street Fashion Show. Thank you so much for watching.